Okay, now well today we're working on this Lennox. It's a Lennox collection series furnace, and the complaint that we're having here is that the blower motor, it's actually a variable speed blower motor, and the blower motor is actually not working properly. Okay, it actually conked out a few hours ago. The condenser was working outside, but the actual blower motor was not working. Okay, so we're going to try to figure out why this blower motor is not working. Now, there's a blower motor back here. If you notice back here, this is your blower motor, okay? And the complaint that we were having is that this blower motor was not coming on, but the outside unit, which is your condenser, was. Okay, it's actually a pretty common problem, unfortunately, with these units. So this whole thing here is your blower motor, and what will happen is if this blower motor stops working, your unit will freeze up, and it looks like the unit froze up before we got here. If you look in the bottom here, you got a blower wheel down there, and that's what actually blows the air in your home. Okay, now keep in mind over here, okay, when you start having issues with these blower motors and they start conking out intermittently, there's actually about 3 things that can cause this problem. Okay, one problem that can cause it is the actual blower motor could be going bad. Okay, you got a lot of circuitry in here that can go bad. You got low voltage and high voltage that can go bad. Okay, this board can also be a problem. Okay, when this board actually starts to have issues, it can actually cause that blower motor back there not to come on. Unfortunately for zoning systems, this is a zoning system, which I've seen it happen before too. When these zoning systems start to not work properly, it could actually also cause problems. But most of the time, okay, when these zoning boards start to go bad, okay, actually you're gonna have more troubles with the actual condensing unit outside. Okay, a lot of times when your condenser outside doesn't come on and your blower motor comes on inside, this is usually going to cause your like I said, most of the time, 98% of the time, this will cause your condenser outside not to come on. Now this could also cause this blower motor not to come on as well, and the reason why is because you do have your green wire hooked up here, which is your fan wire. If you notice, you have a green wire which is for fan, and whenever you have a green wire hooked up with this Lennox Harmony system, it could cause complications with your blower motor. Okay, now another problem that we're having with this unit, it's actually leaking water. Okay, and there's the possibility that this could have caused some complications with this unit as well. Okay, if you notice here, you even got water in here too as well. So we could have issues here with drainage. Okay, here's your drainage right here. Okay, now keep in mind, okay, sometimes you have to troubleshoot this issue here too. Okay, are you getting water in here because the unit froze up? I mean, sometimes if the actual evaporator coil freezes up really good, I mean, you're gonna get water everywhere too, right? So sometimes you have to figure out, well, is your pipes backed up or is this ice water, right? So sometimes you got to flush out the pipes as well in a situation like this, right? And this is your actually condensate float switch. If this float switch actually fills up with water, it'll turn off your unit. Okay, and the funny thing is, this has nothing to do with your blower motor really conking out like that, because what happens is that when you have a bad float switch, or when your float switch activates, it's going to actually cut off your outside condensing unit, not your blower motor, okay? I mean, this machine could actually have multiple problems here with this unit. Okay, sad to say. So that's pretty much it with this unit, okay? When you have problems with your blower motor, just to keep in mind, it could be three things usually with this blower motor. It could be the actual blower motor going bad, could be this board, okay, or it could be this board too. Sometimes too, and I've seen it very rarely, okay, sometimes these plugs, they do need to actually be a little exercised. You can actually pull these plugs out, and it's almost like a reset just to make sure the connections go out really good in there, right? But I've only seen that really only one time, when I see a plug kind of go bad. Now, most of the time, if a plug's going to go bad, believe it or not, it's going to be this plug. This plug out of all the plugs is the one that really goes bad the most, which is this plug right here. This plug right here. But if you notice, the plug's good, okay? So you want to make sure that whenever you start having issues with these blower motors, that the connections aren't carbonated, okay? But they look good, okay? So this customer got lucky. This customer is just going to need a reset up here. Okay, well, thanks for watching the video.